What's up, guys? Welcome back to Smoking Meats. Just got back from Nashville, so today we're drinking a little bourbon, and we are going to be smoking a little bit of pork tenderloin the way I like it. There's many ways to do this, but I think this is a pretty standard way. As you can see, I've just kind of placed these up here a minute ago, so don't worry, the meat's not getting warm. This is the way I do it. So smoking pork tenderloin, you don't have a ton of time. It's a quick meal. You can feed to quite a lot of people depending on the cut you have. I got these two cuts and they're pretty small. They're probably about 1.5 pounds each. Not a lot of meat, but something that you can cook before dinner pretty quickly. You can get home from work even and probably fire these in. Maybe not, maybe you start a little earlier than that, but you get the point. It's pretty quick and easy to do. So the first thing I do is before I rub it, I inject it with a little bit of injectable butter. Now, this is the Creole style. I love this stuff from Tony Chachere's. You can use whatever injectable you prefer. This stuff is readily available. And what I do is just inject it every inch. So really simple, just boom, 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 all the way down the meat. Same thing on this one, inject it all the way down. Not gonna show you guys that. You can figure out how to inject yourself. And then use a standard pork rub. I'm using Sweet Preacher right now from Fire and Smoke, but you can use whatever you prefer. I did one last week with Voodoo from Meat Church. Absolutely fantastic. And just giving a different rub a try this week. Sweet Preacher is a little bit sweeter, obviously, than Voodoo. Voodoo's got a little more spice to it, so we're giving this a shot. Next thing, let's just talk about some bourbon real quick. I visited Davidson Reserve, or Pennington Distillery, actually, is where it comes from, when I was in Nashville this weekend. And guys, I have to tell you, for a bottle that is no less or no more than 40 bucks, one of the best bourbons I've ever had. So if you're interested in trying a new bourbon, definitely give these guys a shot. They've got amazing ryes. I also bought a rye. They also make vodka, incredible vodka called Wharton's Vodka, I think. Incredible stuff. Definitely give them a shot. I'm just giving them a shout out because I just bought a bottle and I'm enjoying a little bit of it now. Fantastic. So onto the smoker, we're going to go down to 225. I always start my smoke higher, so 275, 300. Let the smoke get nice and clean. You can see it cleanly coming off the grill right now. And then I turn it down to 225. So probably came out here about 45 minutes ago, turned the grill on to 275. And now I am just bringing it down to 225 naturally. So you're gonna get super clean smoke. Inside the hopper today is B&B's lump hickory. It's the green bag with the red B&B logo. I also have some applewood chunks throughout the hopper. So really simple setup today. We'll go ahead and throw these on. We're gonna wait till they get to about 135 internal. And then we're gonna put a little bit of barbecue sauce. You can skip this part. I skipped it last week. It works just fine. But if you like a little bit of bark at the end, between 135 and 145 is where you're gonna pull off ultimately at 145. But that barbecue sauce just glazes in nice and gives you a nice crust, a little extra flavor. And then we're gonna slice these super thin. But guys, the injectable for me is the absolute secret trick. So we're gonna throw these on here, probably take about 2.5, maybe 3 hours at the maximum at 225. No need to go up or down. You can do 250 if you want a little bit extra bark, but it's gonna go a lot faster. So it's up to you. If you like low and slow, 225 is where it's at. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these on, guys, and I'll come back here when they're at 135 and show you where we're at. All right, guys, well, it's got a little dark out here, but that's okay. My phone has the flashlight. So we are at 135 internal. And at this point, I'm gonna choose to, you can start to see some of that injections get forced out of the meat, which is kind of what you wanna see. Not really built a big bark yet. It looks like my smoke has kind of died down, but I know I am on. And this is a completely optional step. If you like barbecue sauce on your pork tenderloin, you can do this. I'm gonna do one because my girlfriend doesn't like it and I do. So I'm gonna do one here. And all we're gonna do is put one strip of sauce and use a brush to just brush in that sauce. Try not to mess up the rib rub or the rub as much on there. So we're just gonna brush that guy in. And you guys will be able to see the difference once this comes off. Use a little bit more, and again, just using some Sweet Baby Ray's here, nothing special. I'll put a little more in there and just gonna get it nice and glazed up. I like a good bark on my tenderloin. Some people are anti barbecue sauce on something like this, and I think it's just a nice little extra added touch. So not gonna give you a ton of flavor, but just on the outside. So we're at 135, we're gonna go up to 145, we're gonna pull, we're gonna rest for 10, 15, 20 minutes, slice it up and eat it up. All right, guys, so we've got both options here. These have been resting for about 10 minutes or so. So we'll go ahead and unwrap. You're gonna see a lot of juices come out in this tin foil here. This is the non-barbecue glaze version, so that's gonna be pretty nice. We'll go ahead and pull this off. See those nice juices in the tin foil. We also have the barbecue glaze version over here. And that's gonna look pretty good as well. Of course, when you wrap them, some of your barbecue sauce will unglaze. But yeah, I can already taste that smoke on there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and slap the knife through the center of this guy here. Just to give you guys a sense of where we're at. Beautiful pink coloring all the way through. And go ahead and slice. You wanna keep it nice and thin. Most pork tenderloin is best. Look at that, guys. That is some good pork tenderloin, nice and juicy. Let's go ahead and do the non-glazed version through the thickest part. Got the dogs jumping over here. Beautiful cut of meat, just excellent. Should be nice and moist. That injection really does add a lot. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that dripping off there. That's gonna be a nice cut of meat. Let's go ahead and taste this one. Yeah, that's the way to go, guys. Inject your pork, smoke it for a little bit on 225, get to that 135 temperature, decide to glaze or not. Go to 145, pull it immediately at 145, rest for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Absolutely money every time. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Smokin' Meats.